I'm on board the new Celebrity Xcel Cruise Ship, and I'm gonna give you a full walking tour of this amazing brand new ship. We're gonna walk all decks and show you all of the hidden spots that you may miss out if you don't do a full ship tour before boarding your first time on the Celebrity Xcel. We've been on every single celebrity cruise ship till now, so we know the hidden spots and the secret places to be. Come on and join us for this tour. Starting our ship tour off on deck 16, I wanted to show you, this is more mid-ship, mid-aft area on deck 16. There's no direct elevator coming up here unless you are in the retreat. If you're in the suites only area, then you can go in the forward and take an elevator all the way up to that deck. But otherwise, if you need a ramp or need some kind of accessible usage here, if you have special needs there to get up a ramp, you have that here, or you have stairs if you're able to take the stairs as well. There are stairs towards the forward of the ship as well. But I want to show you what's on deck 16 because you don't want to miss out on what's up here. First and foremost, we have a beautiful champagne hot tub. On the champagne hot tub is a Stingray awning. Now this is going to be really nice to keep the sun out during the days, the long days at sea in the Caribbean. It can get hot, so having that kind of protection is ideal when on board a cruise ship in the summer or in anywhere warm. Now over here to my right here, but it's going to be the starboard side, is the Mast Bar. Now this Mast Bar is a bar that has everything from those frozen drinks, as you can see here, as well as a full bar, and it also has a full screen TV here. So if you do have some sports or something else that you want to watch during the day, you can come up to Mast Bar and have a getaway. Now, as we cross across the ship towards the forward, we're gonna see a lot of things that are familiar because not everything has changed from the Celebrity Xcel from Celebrity Ascent. Celebrity Ascent being the most recent cruise ship here, Celebrity Beyond before that, and Celebrity Xcel being the new one. But there is a lot of new things, so definitely do not miss out. But some of these areas here at the beginning of the tour may seem quite familiar if you've been on some of the other Celebrity Edge class ships, especially Celebrity Beyond and Celebrity Ascent. We just passed those big orange pylons. Those orange pylons are where the magic carpet rides. Now it can go all the way up to the top deck or can be used as a tinder port for a gangway. So it really can be anywhere, but it does not move with people on it. I know it's a common misconception. It does not move with anyone on it. Over here we have the retreat sun deck. Now this is a suites only area and it's beautiful. As you can see up here, it's multi-deck. So you have deck 17 and deck 16 with pools, lounge chairs, hot tubs, and of course, lots of food, drink, and high service. Now, we've talked to many people that have been on the retreat on an Edge class. In fact, Jordan, my partner, has also been on the retreat on an Edge class ship, and it is one not to be missed because of all of the different amenities that you get just with being in the retreat, no matter what level of suite you have. So definitely one not to miss. We have another champagne hot tub here over in the forward of the Celebrity Xcel. Now we're gonna come down this ramp. Another way to get up to deck 16 is this long ramp. There's a shorter ramp like I showed at the very beginning of the tour, but this longer ramp is gonna be the jogging track as well as another ramp to get up to this other hot tub. As you can see, it's a beautiful day in Fort Lauderdale on the very first sailing of Celebrity Xcel with paying passengers on board. In fact, they're calling it a preview cruise because the naming ceremony and the inaugural come after this. But a beautiful pool deck that I cannot wait to show you. And it's actually called the Pool Club now on Celebrity Xcel with a lot in store for this cruise. If you're someone who loves to partake in ping pong, you have ping pong tables here right by the elevators, the midship elevators. But we're going to continue walking this jogging track. Once again, this jogging track is the green line that is in the middle of the walkway. You can walk on the left or run on the right. If I see anyone walking or running my way, I'll get out of the way. But for now, it's definitely a good way to keep track of where we should be going. And where we should be going is towards the rooftop garden. Now, if you are someone who has been on an Edge class ship and you have not done a lot in the rooftop garden, you're missing out. There is definitely a lot to be done in the rooftop garden, especially with these sailings that have beautiful weather outside. Now on the Celebrity Xcel though, we have multiple ways. Once again, we are back here earlier. That is the ramp that I was talking about at the very beginning. It goes all the way around to that champagne hot tub. But we're gonna go this way because there are some things that you wanna see over this way. First, we have the plunge pool. Now these plunge pools are so much fun. These plunge pools are not the same as the big pools out there. I'm not one that has taken a dip yet, but when I do take a dip, I'm gonna let you know. In general, they're a little bit cooler. So if you're in a really hot climate, this is a good one to jump in and cool off in, whereas the other main pool might be a little bit warmer, but a good seating section down there as well. Now I'm gonna take you around the Sunset Bar, but I'm gonna bring you back to something brand new. So stay tuned here because up next is something that is brand new and exclusive to Celebrity Xcel. This Sunset Bar is gonna take after Celebrity Beyond, Celebrity Ascent, and the fact that it is beautiful, multi-deck, and really makes you get away. Takes you to another place, kind of feeling that Mediterranean vibes. As you can see, it is multi-layered and just beautifully designed. I know on some of the other ships, this was designed by Nate Berkus. I haven't seen who designed it here, but definitely a good designer because the bar and the whole space is absolutely gorgeous. When you're looking at a place to truly get away and feel like you're not on a ship, well, this is kind of a mix because it's a beautiful place that you don't feel like you're on a ship, but then you look out and you see the beautiful wake behind you and the sea right below. So it really does remind you you're at sea at the same time. Now, when I come up here, this is when we're going to get someplace a little bit unique. And that's because this is Bora. This is only on Celebrity Xcel at this time. And this is the brand new Mediterranean place. Brunch, yes, I said brunch, and or for dinner.
Currently, it's $35 for brunch, $65 for dinner, but those prices could change at any time. But before it was Bora, it was Rooftop Garden Grill, which was our favorite for grilled steaks. We love those steaks.
So it has a lot to live up to, but a beautiful restaurant nonetheless. And I can't wait to have an actual brunch instead of just a dinner while
At
up
the
here.
Rooftop Garden. Now, if you've not been at the Rooftop Garden before,
This is where I was telling you, if you don't spend much time up here, you should. This is one of those spaces that really does have a lot
from
going on.
guided meditation to stretching, as well as outdoor movies. And, well, of course, you have pickleball. And yes, there are pickleball tournaments, which is amazing.
Maybe you need to come up to the rooftop garden and see what's happening throughout the day. We are now in the forward section of deck 15. And as you can see, here's the elevator banks, as well as the retreat lounge is down there. Not part of the retreat this cruise, so I'm not gonna take you inside the retreat lounge, but I did wanna show you the fitness center. Now the fitness center is definitely not one to be missed, even though I know you're at sea and you wanna enjoy your vacation. The reason being is
This is one of the best places for forward-facing views out into the ocean or at port.
much better to be looking out there while putting on a sweat inside the gym. As you can see, there's a lot of free weights. So if you're someone that doesn't like to do a treadmill or cardio, you can do a lot of free weights, but there are a lot of machines as well. This gym is so impressive. If you are someone who wants to stay fit through the entire cruise, maybe it's a longer cruise and you gotta get in here to stay fit, you can do so here on Celebrity Xcel.
Now towards the back here, we have motion studios.
There will be classes sometimes in these studios. As you can see, there are bungee classes as well as kind of yoga mats in this one. And there are what I would say Peloton adjacent spin bikes in this motion studio. So check your cruise compass or your cruise planner to see if you have some of these amazing classes. But for now, we're going to take a deck down and we're going to go to the spa, which there's something new to be seen in this thermal suite. Now that we're from deck 15 onto deck 14, we are at the spa. Now the spa is the most forward part of the ship, and you have some beautiful forward-facing views that you can really only catch here or the retreat, especially with the new vitamin D deck. Now this is brand new to Xcel, something exclusive to Xcel. You won't get that anywhere else. There is an outdoor area on the other ones, but it is not beautifully designed with seating and chairs like it is here.
Another new part of this thermal suite is actually in the salon. When you're getting a mani-pedi, you now have a full champagne bar. It's called the Bubbles Bar. So if you're wanting to get your nails done, wanting to have a full spa day, maybe get your hair done, feet done, whatever it is you're looking to do, you can actually do so with a glass of, yes, you guessed it, bubbly champagne. This is definitely a really cool add-on, but I have to note that on top of that, you have these incredible views. I mean, we're just in Fort Lauderdale today, and look how stunning it is outside those windows. And yes, you are the clients, you are the guests, you are facing outward. But let me guide you outside of that Bubbles Bar into the rest of the spa and thermal suites. You can see there's a lot to purchase if you want to. If you're someone that wants to get a quick trim, maybe shave that beard, the barber is here and is ready to serve. We also have the relaxation lounge. So for anyone that's in aqua class or wanting to purchase a day thermal suite pass, maybe for the week, you can come in here and relax before a treatment, whether it be a massage or other treatment, or maybe you want to do so afterwards. Speaking of which, these treatment rooms are elevated with TVs playing sports. I mean, who can compete with that? As we walk forward into the main sea thermal suite, we're going to find some new things. First and foremost, there are towels, lotions, and things that you can apply to your skin to really make them radiate. You can see the vitamin D deck, which we looked at a little earlier. When you walk in, you see these warm beds. Yes, these are warm beds facing out towards the ocean, actually towards the vitamin D deck. Before, it used to be an empty deck, so I'm curious to see how people will like this deck with actual vitamin D outside, but it is still beautiful. When we wrap around, we see different rooms that you can go into. This first one's called Inhale, and it is about salt, but also inhaling some really good aromas to relax, and I'm sure do much more, but it is salt therapy overall. We wrap around the corner to find two more rooms, one being a mist room and the other one being a traditional Turkish hammam. That mist room was misting and the hammam was full of steam. And let me just tell you, it is hard to get B-roll here in the hammam, but this hammam was ready for some people to enjoy. As we walk outside, there is the entrance for the locker rooms, both gentlemen and ladies. You can get there from the outside. Right outside those lockers are different showers that you can do. There's going to be hot, cold, rainforest type with lights, and it is truly relaxing. Here's the other side of those showers. Keep going around and you'll find even more rooms because, why not? This is a big newbie for Celebrity Xcel. It's the Hydra Room. This is going to be the hydrotherapy room. This has never been done on another Celebrity Edge class ship, and it is serene. A quick look inside of the actual locker rooms or changing rooms so you know what to expect. There are showers, and this is the gentleman's, both accessible as well as non-accessible showers. There are complimentary lockers as well as towels and everything you need around the sink to get ready after a really good spa day. And of course, you have the entrance to the thermal suite itself right outside some urinals. Like I said, the accessibility is there. There is an accessible shower, which is fantastic. but this is the locker rooms. Outside the locker rooms, there are treatment rooms, including a coal sculpting room with some of the best views on the ship. So if you're going to get cool sculpting done, definitely have some good views with it. On top of that, there is an IV therapy place on board. This treatment room is unique to Celebrity Xcel, but I'm sure we'll see it on others soon. And if you just wanted a general massage, even some of those have outward facing views.
That was the spa in the most forward part of the ship. Now let's go to the Solarium, still from the forward elevator bank. And there's going to be something a lot of you are bummed by that is not on this ship, that is on others. Did you see it? Well, you didn't because it's not there. Spa Cafe is no longer on the Celebrity Xcel. It is on the other Celebrity Edge class, so if you miss it, just book one of those. But it is delicious, but not a reason not to book this ship, as Celebrity Xcel is absolutely gorgeous. As you can see in the Solarium, there are 2 hot tubs, accessible. Accessibility is here in the Solarium as well for the pool and hot tub. You can see the chairs are in the water. And the feet, well, it looks like it's 3 feet 11 inches at max depth, or 4 foot 3 inches at the deep side of the pool. You have your nice shower areas on either side as well, but let's go out to the pool club. On the way out to the pool club here, we have the Mast Grill. This is going to be a favorite for a lot of people during the day, open until 6 o'clock. So if you want something right before dinner, you can go ahead and come to the Mast Grill for a nice bites to eat, or maybe a ice cream cone or juice. We're gonna go up to the pool club, but before we do, we gotta go over to the unique areas that are only here on the Celebrity Edge class, and that is the magic carpet. This magic carpet I talked about a little earlier. It is definitely a favorite for people to enjoy sail away as well as enjoy time away from others, because this is kind of just that private, more intimate space where you can get a really nice cocktail, but also enjoy the beautiful ocean views. As you can see, you have the wonderful bartenders here over at the Magic Carpet Bar. Veuve Clicquot is definitely something that inspires this magic carpet and inspires the drinks here. So definitely take part on the magic carpet ride. Moving on over into the pool club. Moving to the ramps. As I said, accessibility is key here on Celebrity. Definitely a lot of friendly spaces for ADA or anyone that just needs a little bit more space. We're coming up to the pool club, and as you can see, we have a new statue here. This statue is fun. It's a monkey and a baby monkey in the palm of the bigger monkey. Such a cool addition to this cruise ship. Then you have one of the largest pools at sea. But what you won't notice right away is all of the tables and umbrellas that are here out on the pool club. They're really making it look like a Vegas beach club. And they're doing a pretty good job of it. Obviously, you have these brand new cabanas. Now, there are cabanas on the other ships, and on the newer ships, they are facing towards the pool. But these cabanas are redesigned, innovative, and are going to have pool service. This pool valet is awesome. All day long, you have everything from sunscreens to aloe vera and sun lotions, as well as a locker system, all complimentary. So that way you can put away your stuff in case you need to. We don't want to have a daybed or a lounger taking up space just because you have some shoes or just because you have a towel. So now you can put it in a locker, completely complimentary, or you can even rent out some games, as you can see as well. An incredible pool, definitely one not to be missed when sailing on Celebrity Xcel. Now, they took off from Celebrity Beyond all the bad areas that no one utilized and put good areas. Areas where there's movable tables as well as chairs and very plush lounge chairs. These are those kinds of chairs that you actually want to sit in, not the ones that you don't want to sit in are just good to look at. And of course, you have the pool club bar right here with a beautiful Shine the Night display. Don't miss Shine the Night when it's out here on the pool club, because the Shine the Night is incredible. It's so much fun, one to enjoy for all ages, but definitely one that we love. So bring your shiny outfits, your glitter, your glam, and bring it to Shine the Night, which is a nighttime event. We'll do a full review of Celebrity Xcel. So if you're someone that doesn't know what to bring, what to pack, or don't know what to expect fully, but are watching the ship tour today, go check out our full review later on the channel. We'll tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly of the Celebrity Xcel. Now, one thing I wanted to note is up by the pool club, one deck up is a smoking section. That smoking section is very put away, so it doesn't offend anyone, any other guests, but it is something that is available to those that want to smoke or need to get a break from it all and smoke a cigarette. There are some bathrooms here. As you see, the gentlemen are on the left. On the other side is the female or the women bathroom. Oceanview Cafe is the main buffet on Celebrity Xcel. And this buffet is one that is one of my favorites. You can get everything from grilled eats to so many other things. Good afternoon. Over here is the ice cream at Scoops. This is complimentary. And yes, it is hard scoops. So if you're somebody that wants some delicious hard scooped ice cream, not just soft serve, you can come to Scoop. Here's a bar over here, very similar to what would be found on the other Edge class ships. As you can see, your bakery is right when you walk in, close to the ice cream. It all makes sense. It is packed in the buffet as it is midday on a cruise day. We have everything from made to order, like a made to order Caesar salad, some fresh fruits. You have a stir fry place. So yes, they can make your freshly made stir fry, whatever you want in there, as well as fresh to order pasta bar. On my right here, we have Asian cuisine, Indian cuisine, and then we have some daily features. This will change throughout the cruise. Sometimes it might be paninis during the day, and at night it might be something more elevated. We have some cheese, some charcuterie, sometimes gluten-free bread, a lot of gluten-free options here on Celebrity. Antipasti. On the other side is kind of the local favorites or local cuisines. Over here are chef's favorites. So if you're looking for what the deal of the day is, usually it's going to be something like Spain or UK or some kind of local spots around the world. And the chef takes on that for the entire night. The best part is the chef really designs what's going to be on there for that menu, so you never really miss out. Latin favorites, as well as the grill favorites. So if you're somebody that wants a freshly grilled pork chop, chicken, steak, fish, you can have that all here. Or you can get something from the carvery, like roasted pork leg, roasted beef top sirloin, barbecue chicken, or even a whole roasted vegetable. But wait, there's more. If you aren't someone that's come to the back of the ship, the complete aft of Oceanview is one that is not to be missed either if you're somebody that loves Italian, or if you love pizza or any of those other types of cuisine. Sometimes calzones are back here. Of course, more beverage stations and a whole nother bar if the other one's too busy. Top cruise tip, come to the Oceanview bar in the back, and it's usually a lot less busier. But like I said, voila, we're at the pizza place. Now this is where you can get pizza, calzones. As you can see, here's a calzone. Got some pizzas, barbecue chicken pizza, special for today. But if you need something special, you can also make a pizza or ask them to make a pizza for you. So if you have a certain allergy or certain requests, don't be afraid to ask them to make a special pizza just for you. And of course, you have to see the outdoor space, the alfresco dining for Oceanview Cafe. Some good amount of space here. I will say that since this goes all the way up to the Sunset Bar, it is a little bit smaller than what you might see on some of the other ships, but there is still a good amount of places to eat here at the Oceanview Cafe out on the alfresco dining space. That was deck 14. Let's head on over to decks below. We are now in deck 5 in the aft elevator bank, and we're gonna head to one of the most exciting parts of this new cruise ship, and that is the Bazaar. The Bazaar is brand new to Celebrity Xcel and something that has never been seen before, and look at this tunnel to get there. It is active, it is alive. There are birds and floral moving around. This is a really cool tunnel, definitely one we have yet to see. The Bazaar is taking the place of Eden on the Celebrity Edge class ship, and the Celebrity Edge class ship is one that is a favorite for many, but the Bazaar is new and we are so excited to show it to you. First, we have the market at the Bazaar. Now, the market at the Bazaar is going to be the goods that you can buy here at the Bazaar. So you have everything from goods locally to the Caribbean or wherever you're sailing. So in the future, if they are going to sail somewhere else in the world, you would be able to see different goods from that area. As you can see, there's rum cake. There's some goods here. Now, we are docked right now, so none of this is open for sale right now, but it would be for sale later on in the cruise. On the left here, we have Blue. Now, Blue is for Aqua Class guests, and it is exclusive to Aqua Class guests for, you guessed it, breakfast and dinner. Now, this Blue is beautiful, bigger than the others. I can say that right now. You can see outside there is alfresco dining. Now, whether that's for Blue or not, we'll have to try it out to let you know. However, this space is beautiful, always is. If you've never tried Aqua Class, we highly recommend it. Jordan and I love our Aqua Class experiences, mostly because of this Blue restaurant. It is such higher end dining, and it's also better service than anywhere else. And we think it even competes with Luminae with the Retreat. As you can see, some more merchandise for the market at the Bazaar. Such a cool thing to see as you walk through. It really gives you something to look at as you're making your way to the Bazaar itself. Lots of localized goods that maybe you miss when you're at port, and you can get here actually on the ship. But now it's time we take you into the Bazaar. And on the left is the ladies' restroom, so don't miss that if you need to go. You can come through this walkway. On the left, you'll see the men's restroom. On the right, there is an area to go outside of the Bazaar, but we're going to go into the Bazaar first. Yes, this will seem a little similar to Eden because it is the same ship design overall, but you're gonna see it is not the same design as Eden on the interior. You have this beautiful couch space here in the back of the Bazaar, perfect for groups to gather of 4 or 5. Right here we have another space that's brand new called Spice. Spice is gonna be that grab and go as well as other quick type of cafe foods, desserts, coffees, espressos. You also have some of the favorites that you can see, like a tropical fruit salad, quinoa rainbow salad, protein bowls. If you want to have a healthier choice on your cruise, Spice is the choice for you. Now, one of the workers told me that's the reason why Spa Cafe is not here, because they really wanted to make people come and find Spice, as Spice is that new healthy eats and place that you want to go. But look at this alfresco-esque dining spot for Spice. It's absolutely beautiful, something that is partially covered, but it's also outdoors. Definitely a spot that's going to be a lot more successful than Eden Cafe, which is a place that a lot of people don't even know exists. And if we come out here, like I said, there are going to be some places to sit outside, maybe grab something to eat or drink. And you can see it's right out here with these blue umbrellas. Now, this is a hot tip. This is a cruise tip. If you want to get away from it all, this is a good spot to do so. Why, you might ask? Because this is an area that is rarely utilized. This is an area people don't know about. So if you want that hidden spot to get away from it all, maybe enjoy a private chat with your cruise companion, feel free to come out here. Now, it may be utilized for Blue in the mornings for breakfast or at dinner time. But outside of those, you can go ahead and utilize that space as much as you like. But let's head back into the Bazaar and see a few more new spaces that you aren't familiar with because it hasn't been seen before. Now, as we go into the main part of the bazaar, what do you notice that's very different? There are tables and chairs. So it is more of a space where you can actually sit with people and enjoy a cocktail, enjoy something to drink and relax instead of just lounge chairs. That's something that we noticed in the images. We didn't know if it was actually going to be the case, and it truly is the case. Now the Bazaar bar is beautiful. You've got those touches of orange, gold, and reds. But I think the thing about the Bazaar that you'll notice when you come in here are these arches. These arches are kind of everywhere. This really unique artwork is a little bit of everywhere, including the sides. Now, why is it this way and you see it other times in different images? Well, because there are different images that can happen on these. So it is not always going to be the same at all times. It is absolutely beautiful. Definitely something that you will see one day and then it will change given the festival or wherever we're going throughout the cruise. There's that upper deck space, and if you want to get up to that upper deck to lounge and sit, maybe for a show that's here for the Bazaar, you can take these stairs over here on the right, but you also can take the ramp. Now the ramp is going to be over here on your left, so if you are someone that needs that accessibility, maybe you have a wheelchair or you just want to have a more gradual walkway, you can take the ramp right over here. That's very similar on the Edge class, but I want to make sure that anyone that's brand new to Celebrity knew how to get up there in case that is of need for you. And when we move over to this staircase, once again, an elevator on the right if you need it, but this staircase is going down to Mosaic. Mosaic, yes, there is a new restaurant that has never been seen on Celebrity Xcel, and it is Mosaic. Now with Mosaic, we're gonna have a little bit different of eats than that of, I guess, what you're familiar with Eden. But as you can see, the overall layout down here is very similar. It is not a vast difference. You still have the open kitchen, so you can really see them cook and really be at work at their art and crafts throughout the night. But you also have this beautiful aft-facing view. And this is beautiful when you're at sea, so I highly recommend making sure when you book your dining here at Mosaic that you book it for a day at sea or a night when you're sailing away. It is a perfect time to do so. If you can, try to do the earlier bookings so it's not before sunset, and maybe you'll even catch sunset in this beautiful restaurant. Moving on over into the rest of deck 5, we're going to go forward. As I said, this is the aft area, but we are going to move forward into the rest of the ship and see kind of how this ship differs from the rest. To start, I'm going to show this little outdoor area. This is another area for anyone that needs to take a smoke can come out here, smoker's area with a nice lounge space in the back as well. There's shade and it's covered. That's always a nice thing, especially if you're in some kind of bad climate. Maybe it's a little rainy out or really cold. You can go ahead and have some covering here outside of the Bazaar. Moving forward outside of the Bazaar, we're going into Celebrity Flagship. This is also brand new on Celebrity Xcel, something very specific to this ship, and it's taking a look at the history of Celebrity. So I'm not sure if you're able to see everything here, but it's beautiful. I couldn't stay here the entire day or else we would have hours of this video, but it has everything from the entire ship model to history, things of the past like Celebrity Century, some old menus, some true memorabilia, but then we also have things that are exclusive to buy on Celebrity. As you can see, there's an Angel's Envy special edition cask barrel that is just available for Celebrity Xcel, and some Celebrity Xcel and Celebrity merchandise that you can only find here on board Celebrity Xcel. Moving into the rest of the flagship area, we also have a more to explore type of area that is really cool, something that you can discover more about Celebrity Cruises, all right here on a touch screen. So if you want to spend the day learning more about Celebrity, this is a great spot to do so. We're gonna get over to the Grand Plaza here soon, but I wanted to take you over first to this area, which is going to be the steakhouse. Fine Cut Steakhouse is not a new thing for Celebrity, but it is a tried and true classic. If you want a good steak, especially with Rooftop Garden Grill being gone, this is a good spot to do so. Fine Cut is right here, beautifully designed. Now, I will say if you're somebody that doesn't want a lot of music or a lot of nightlife, maybe this isn't the restaurant for you because you do get the music from the Grand Plaza, or maybe you want to sit closer to the window if possible. But that being said, it's still a great restaurant, and as long as you're okay with some of the tunes of the day, I highly recommend getting a bite to eat at Fine Cut. Now moving across, we're going over to what is the starboard side of the ship. There are stairs going down to deck 4, but we're gonna keep going on deck 5 to see Raw on 5. Now Raw on 5 is gonna be your sushi as well as more Asian inspired restaurants. Now with the sushi, it's delicious, it's yummy, it's fresh, all the seafood that you want, as well as a nice space to have some of the unique offerings throughout the sailing. So they might have different nights that might not be Raw on 5, it might be something else. So take a look at your cruise. I don't want to say them all and them not be on your cruise. However, there are other nights that might be specialty nights, and they are worth it to come to Raw on 5 and have some of those specialty menus. Now I'm moving on to World Class Bar. This is something that is not on Celebrity Edge or Apex, but it is on Celebrity Beyond as well as Celebrity Ascent. World Class Bar is a favorite on the classic Celebrity cruise ships, and so they brought it on board for Celebrity Ascent, Celebrity Beyond, and now on Celebrity Xcel. This is a fantastic bar. You're gonna get some of the best cocktails you'll ever have here at World Class Bar. Now let's move on to the art gallery and moving on into the theater space. This art gallery is beautiful because it's not one that you have to worry about. You don't have to worry about, being stuck in an art gallery. You just have this beautiful art around you as you walk down this hallway to the theater and to another new space that's only here on board Celebrity Xcel. This new space, if you haven't done your research, is the upper deck of the club. The club is not new, but what is inside and store on this level is new. I can't wait to show you. Right here is going to be the annex. This is going to be something that you can see on Celebrity Ascent, but in a little bit different space here. It has a golf simulator as well as other sports. You can also do karaoke here with a private group. A fun space. It is an extra charge, so it's something that you will have to pay for. But what I was going to show you was the attic. Yes, this is the attic. Oh my gosh, vending machines right when you walk in, as well as foosball, different other tabletop games like shuffleboard. This is open 24 hours a day. From what I'm being told, I haven't tested it out yet. You can come up here at all hours and play some classic games here. It looks like you have anything from Donkey Kong to maybe Frogger over there. You have darts, beautiful screens for sports if you're someone that wants to keep up with what's going on. Really cool tabletops to play different games. Pool table, just so much fun at all hours of the day here at the attic in the club. I love Mrs. Pac-Man. Mrs. Pac-Man right there. Like I said, since this is the upper deck of the club, that means the club is down below us. So I'm gonna head there after we go towards the theater. So stay tuned for that. That's coming up here. You can already see that this is a very new space, and it's a popular space because it is not seen on any other ship. Yes, you can get Tony's chocolates in the vending machines. Love Tony's chocolates. Shout out to Amsterdam. And if we continue into the forward portion, the front of the ship, we're going to find the theater. On both sides, there are going to be restrooms, one for men and one for women. This theater is absolutely gorgeous. We love this thrust style stage as you can truly get around 3/4 of the stage in the seats. Now, another great part of the stage is how alive it is. The fact that you have this incredible screen that is showing different images in the background as the cast and performers are on stage. The shows are not to be missed with acrobats, singers, dancers, and so much unique talent, as well as unique displays of art, creativity. You have 3 different shows on here. One of these is a 1920s Hollywood, old Hollywood, kind of taking you behind the set. In general, you should not miss these shows, but they're not the only shows not to miss. Now we're on deck 4, and like I said, the theater is all the way in the forward, the lower part of the theater stage for deck 4. So I'm going to take you straight to the other place you can find some great entertainment and shows, as well as a good place to dance, and that is the club. Now, right now is Game On, which is a really popular, cool, new interactive game where, yes, you yourself are the player. That is happening here right now, although people are still getting acclimated, so they're not doing it yet. But as you can see, this club is very similar to what you would see on the other ships, but there are some unique differences, and ones that you have to note, and we note because we know these ships so well. One of them being the high tops. Yes, they finally realized that chairs in the back of the club aren't gonna see the shows, but these high tops will. So it's a really good update from the past, as well as having it be the full span of the back row. On previous ships, they had a little staircase here going up to the DJ booth. That's no longer right here. So there's more space here than usual, which is great. Moving on into the other portion of the club here, you still have the windows that you saw on Beyond and Ascent, both up and down, but they are closed for the game since this is Game On and it has to be dark to play. But you have the beautiful bar just like you do on some of the other ships. But once again, what did they do? They listened and they put these high top stools and bar tables back here so people can see from the back row. This is so smart and so good and so wise of them to do, because honestly, this is something that, well, a lot of people just couldn't see and they gave up to see the shows in here. Now you don't have to give up. You have a higher viewpoint of these shows. Back here, we have something else new that people didn't know about. It's the photo booth. Up to 4 people can do it. And it is a photo booth right here inside the club. Let's move on out of the club and move on into the Grand Plaza. Some of the famous and popular parts of the Celebrity Edge class, including that of Celebrity Edge, Celebrity Beyond, Celebrity Apex, and Celebrity Ascent. The Martini Bar, one of the top places that people go to grab a drink and meet a new friend. On the way there, we're gonna see the celebrity shops. Very similar to some of the other ships, but a little bit bigger than some of these ships of the past. On the right, we still have Future Cruise. This is gonna be where you can book your next cruise vacation. Now, if you are someone that's booking a cruise on Celebrity Cruises, please reach out to us at jjcruise.com. We are travel agents, and we would love to book your cruise vacation. You can even book it through Future Cruise and get the onboard credit and still work with us on board. Over here, you can see the watches in the shops, beautiful space here, as well as the shore excursions, ship excursions, and iLounge photo lounge. We have Cafe El Bacio next, a popular and, well, for good reason spot. Here you can get complimentary eats from cakes to pastries and other goodies. I personally love this chicken dark roll. So if you're somebody that wants something to eat during the middle of the day, this would be a good space to grab something quick and light, along with your specialty coffees, teas, sodas, and yes, you can even get a cocktail or wine back here as well. Now, you'll see this venue is not necessarily a ton different than what you would see on some of the other ships. They really focus on making it different elsewhere, but it is a tried and true. If it's not broke, why fix it? Now we'll get down to the Martini Bar here in a little bit, but I wanted to show you the new, I should say, updated design of Le Voyage. This restaurant is also on Celebrity Beyond and Celebrity Ascent. Le Voyage is a beautiful, classy, intimate dining space. And it's like that ship within a ship designed dining space where you just get away from it all and step away into your romantic or intimate evening with your cruise companion. Definitely a high-end menu done by that of Mr. Daniel Balloon. Going back out here to the main Grand Plaza, as you can see, we have the chandelier and we have some great things happening, but let's talk about the Grand Bistro over here. A lot of people miss out on this during the day, but there are things that you can purchase, whether you want a cherry Danish, or maybe you want something like a croissant. All these are freshly made here, as well as sandwiches. If you haven't tried this for lunch, I recommend doing so. It is a really good place to eat, and they do have specials. So if you're someone that likes a specific special, make sure you catch that at the beginning of the week so you don't come on the wrong day. Now, let's move on over to the casino, another popular spot that has only gotten bigger on Celebrity Xcel. And before we even get there, we have to look at Craft Social. It is game day, Sunday, and so as you can see, a lot of people are here at Craft Social, getting in their best game day face. I'm sure people are rooting for a lot of different teams, so I won't shout one, but if I wanted to, I could. Now let's head into the casino, and this casino is closed. That's the only reason I can go ahead and film in here. Otherwise, if it was open, I would not be filming. But yes, you see it. There is a full bar. We have asked for it, and they have provided, and it's beautiful. A full bar for the casino. So that'll make getting your cocktails, your free drinks, complimentary drinks while playing a little bit easier. That is something along with the TVs. Yes, when you're playing on the tables, you have TVs above you. So if you're someone that wants to keep in the know, maybe it's some sports, maybe it's some news, or maybe it's some info, you can go ahead and see on the TVs above. It's a beautiful casino space, very spacious. It's not tightly compact. You don't have to worry about your chair touching the chair behind you. It really is a beautifully designed space. But this is just the beginning of the casino, because there's more to this casino than what meets the eye. Yes, you have a new bar. Yes, you have more space than ever before in here, but you also have more space because there's a whole nother casino. Yes, that's right. There is another casino. And no, this isn't another casino that's for smoking. This is another casino that is just more space for you to have more time to play and more ways to play. Now, in this new space, you do have only slot machines. You do have video poker, if you consider that not to be a slot machine. So no tables in here, but it's another place to get away and make sure that you enjoy some additional play without feeling confined, without feeling like you're in the mix of it all. Maybe you want a little quieter experience. This casino may be the better fit over the larger one that we already looked at. Now we're gonna walk towards the aft. You still have some great shops like Effie here, like you would see on some of the other Edge class ships. But we're gonna head towards the restaurants. If you're brand new to Celebrity Edge class or Celebrity, this class is unique. And why is that? Well, you get 4 different options for your food. On the left end is the ladies' restroom and then the gentleman's restroom. But these 4 different restaurants are unique partially. About 25% of the menu is unique to that restaurant, and you have 4 different options. The first one we're going to look at here is Cyprus. Cyprus restaurant is that Mediterranean restaurant. Oh, I love the entrance here. Such a cool way to enter Cyprus. This Mediterranean restaurant has some of those classics from the Mediterranean, whether it be Greek or some of the other cuisines that you might see in the Mediterranean Sea. Meze plates are popular find here as an appetizer, as well as octopus, grilled octopus. We love eating in Cyprus. Now, even though 25% of the menu is unique to this restaurant, the other 75% is going to be across the ship. Now, whether that be because it's a classic and it's there every night, or whether it's because it's something that is there for that night but across the ship, the rest of the menu will be the same in every restaurant. This next one here is Cosmopolitan. This is going to be the gourmet American cuisine. Now this gourmet American cuisine restaurant here has a really good currently fish option that I really love. It is one of the main entrees and it's specific to this restaurant. I highly recommend it if it's on your sailing, but menus can change, so I'm not going to recommend too much here and then you'd be disappointed that it's no longer on the menu. As you can see, beautiful restaurant. All of this is complimentary and you can choose which restaurant you want to go to every single night. Now, here's a hidden tip and something that you may not know. If you are somebody that has a long wait at one restaurant, but you can get into the one across the hall, go to the one across the hall because you can still order from the menu of the other restaurant. Now we're going to take a shortcut. We're going to come down the stairs here to the lower deck here, to go to the other restaurants. Now deck 3 here has Tuscan. Tuscan is the Italian restaurant, but like I was saying, if Tuscan has a long wait, go across the hall to Normandie and you're going to be able to get the same menu items. Just ask for it and they will be able to help you out. As long as it's the same kitchen, they should be able to help assist you. Tuscan has some really good Italian classics. So if you're someone that wants a bruschetta, or maybe you want a nice pasta dish, Tuscan would be the place to go. Then we're going to move on over to Normandie. Now, Normandie is the French cuisine restaurant. And with Normandie, I will say this is my least favorite restaurant, but it's still good for those French eaters. I know not everyone's a French eater. I am not a specific lover of French cuisine, so that might be my reasoning for why I'm not a huge fan of it. But this is another one that's completely complimentary, one that you can eat at any night with it being included in your cruise fare. So definitely do not miss out. Try all 4 if you're on a longer sailing. You have some really fun places to sit. But we're going to head on into the main area of the Grand Plaza where the Martini Bar is. Before we get there, we're going to hit up guest relations and a few other spots. Don't miss this spot. It's really cool to see the inside of the ship hull, or what looks like the inside of the ship hull. May not actually be it, but it is replicating what it would be like if you were to look inside the ship. It's on deck number 3, so don't miss it, towards the aft. And if you are having trouble finding it, just look for guest relations. It's going to be near there. It's a very cool way to separate things here in the guest relations area. There's a nice planning desk here for your embarkation day, maybe to do special dining. There's also a concierge lounge right here, and it's beautifully designed to be a little bit more intimate space, but still near guest relations if you're needing to book something but have access to the concierge. And here we have guest relations. Now, guest relations has a nice spot to view outside, so if you are waiting, you have a view of the ocean. But guest relations is found here on deck number 3. There's our godmother of Celebrity Xcel here. And now we've hit the main spot, and that is the Martini Bar. You'll see it here, but on the Martini Bar floor, it is mainly a dance floor. So you can come right in from guest relations into the dance floor or into the seating area space, as you can see right here. The main Martini Bar is a true favorite and is found on all celebrity ships, not just the Edge class, but here it's a little bigger than what you would see on some of the classic ships. Don't miss the martini shows, where the Martini Bar bartenders are actually giving you a full show where they are doing their tricks, their talents are being shown fully here at the Martini Bar, in line with the chandelier show. Now, this ship is huge, and we have covered most of the spaces. There are a few more decks like Destination Gangway, as well as the medical center below us. From the Martini Bar, if you're somebody that needs to get to Destination Gateway, you can come right over here left of the DJ to deck number 2. Here's that staircase right here. There will be different events sometimes hosted here. I know, like, for example, art auctions may be held in Destination Gateway, or this might be a place that you have to go for tender operations. So if you're someone that needs help in getting to Destination Gateway, you can do it from the main Grand Plaza, or you can do it from the elevator bank, which is where I'm going to right now. There are bathrooms down here, so if you're someone that is coming back on the ship or about to leave and forgot to use the restroom, you can do so right here. But if you have a tender port, or sometimes even if you're just at a regular cruise port that is at the base, you can do so here at Destination Gateway and Deck 2. The other area is the basement here, which is going to be a part of the teen club. So definitely a fun spot that I'm going to leave very private for those teens. Here we're in Deck 3 in the forward, and this is Camp at Sea. This is going to be where you have your little ones be checked in. We have the smaller ones in this area that has a lot of toys and playthings for them. Interactive games here on the left as well. But then if you have some of those preteens, they can come over to this area where they have more of the usual stuff for preteens, including that of Switch, as well as some other games. It looks like they have an Xbox here, as well as board games. Then there's another side that has a full interactive studio. This interactive place, you can play really cool games to learn. Once Camp at Sea is all about learning while at sea, but also having fun while doing it. And you can see here on Celebrity Xcel, you have a really cool interactive screen that kids can play with all day long. You also have ping pong, foosball, and some really good board games as well as card games. Hand washing, of course, to stay safe and clean, away from germs, but you also have bathrooms here as well. So for those little ones, you can come enjoy Camp at Sea. Well, that was it. That was the full ship tour of the Celebrity Xcel, the new cruise ship by Celebrity Cruises. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. While you're there, please hit that thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. It's free to you, means the world to us. And lastly, if you're looking to book your next celebrity cruise, why not do it with JJ Cruise? Make sure you're not leaving anything on the table, as we can oftentimes get better deals, better perks, or maybe a better price on your celebrity cruise, whether it be the Celebrity Xcel or a different cruise by Celebrity. Just go to jjcruise.com, fill out our booking form, and we will respond with our best rates, our best quotes, and hopefully get you booked on your next celebrity vacation. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm Jared. This is JJ Cruise, and until next time, see ya. JJ.